Hello everybody and welcome to Our Dream Wedding from MinnMax. MinnMax is a place about games, friends, getting better. My name is Ben Hansen. Thank you for being here. I'm joined by Janet Garcia.
Hey.
I'm joined by Sarah Podzorski.
Hello.
Now Janet, is that champagne you're drinking?
It can be, if you want it to be.
Let's all pretend that
for the whimsy of the event.
That's right.
You should have told me. We could have gotten in champagne flutes.
Yeah, that would have been really smart. Damn it. Ooh, bubbly out of a champagne flute. That does seem lovely. This, everybody, is Our Dream Wedding, which is our show for New Show Plus. Each and every week, we let $10 supporters over on Patreon choose which new show we create or continue. It's always an intense battle. It's a very intense battle this week. There's the option of going running with Janet, which I was very curious about just the camera work and how that would work, but it barely lost out to Our Dream Wedding. So thank you to everybody for watching this. If you're watching this on YouTube, please give us a follow on Twitch. We'd appreciate it because we do this each and every week, and we have the second half of our big Let's Play of Chibi Robo happening on Friday. So give us a follow on Twitch, and then Friday evening, we'll be back in the studio and we'll be finishing that monster of a game, which I think Chibi Robo is 43 hours, Sarah?
It's 12 hours.
It's 12 hours. Is that right? Well, I'll be damned.
Not even that long.
Thanks. I'm Limbo, however you want to say it, for the big sub on Twitch. Appreciate it. Hey, let's talk weddings, right? I got some coming up. I got one this weekend, and then another one coming up that's a little more important a couple weeks after that. Janet, you have a wedding coming up on your horizon?
Yeah, my brother's getting married June 12th, right during Keely's E3.
That's beautiful.
I won't be around for that.
And Sarah, you're familiar with the concept of weddings, I presume?
Yes, I am familiar. I don't know how I ended up on this because, like, I feel like I'm, like, the least experienced with weddings.
Do you think so?
I mean, I like to watch, like, the really bad wedding reality TV,
okay,
so maybe I'm a little more qualified than I thought I was.
Yeah, do you know how this show works? This is one of those crummy reality shows all about weddings. That's what we're creating here for New Show Plus. Okay, so we're technically playing a game called Wedding Designer or something. Thank you, Egg White, for the big sub on Twitch. I thought this was going to be like a little sim, but we're starting out by finding a fuse box?
So you downloaded this without looking at the photos?
I was confused about the photos. They were different than I was expecting. This is just a demo.
I feel like this is going to be you think it's a wedding sim, but it's actually like a murder mystery escape situation.
That could be, although looking at this...
I'm not seeing weddings here. I'm seeing... What are you holding there? What do you think you have in your hand?
It's a wedding gun. Why?
It looks like you're going to bust some ghosts.
That's right. That's right. Let's see how it goes. Can I... Okay, so we gotta suck up the garbage.
See, is this like a horror game or something?
I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely oddly spooky around here.
Where's the fuse box?
Ooh, look at this.
Oh, are those some rings?
Collect garbage.
You can't call rings garbage. That's the first step to getting married. Oh. Secrets, eh? Okay, so we got the hands that can do stuff, and then we're looking for other stuff. Hey, you guys got Twitch up, right? Mm-hmm. Would you all just want to read off Twitch and all that stuff while I'm playing this funky game? I'd love to know everybody's greatest tips for a wedding. Like, people who have been to weddings before, tell me, like, a detail that you really appreciate and you think should be incorporated into each and every wedding moving forward. Oh, wait a minute.
Are you collecting tips and tricks?
No, these aren't tips and tricks.
Are you trying to, like...
No, this is just all about the community, Sarah. This isn't about me trying to improve my own wedding. How dare you? Starkiller, though, asks about your Final Fantasy XIV wedding. Did you get married in Final Fantasy XIV, Sarah? Congratulations.
I didn't get married, but I got invited to a Final Fantasy XIV wedding.
Really?
You can buy packages. They have, like, the bronze, silver, gold, platinum packages. And you actually have to, like, purchase it. It's, like, $40 for the highest package.
What?
And then at a certain, you have to reserve a time and a date.
Cute.
And then you hand out a bunch of invitations, and you end up in like a chapel, and you can pick your colors, your music, like what do you want to walk down to the aisle, like what do you want to walk down the aisle to? Your guests get like favors if you pick the highest package.
What?
It was actually really I went because people like to do it for you get like exclusive clothes, you get exclusive outfits, and like minions, and like I don't know, you get a ring that makes it so you can teleport to the other person. without paying, which is really nice.
Huh.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Cute.
A lot
I
more
wish you got that
benefits than
in-
a real life marriage, honestly.
Imagine
Yeah,
if you got that
okay.
in real life. That'd be so dope if you just teleport to your partner. For tips, Bob Backwards says, keep the ceremony short, keep the reception long. I do feel
Yeah.
like
I agree with that.
Yeah.
let me know how many weddings like y'all have been to, I guess just like in general, but that's something I noticed a lot, like where the first wedding I ever went to was my cousin's wedding, and I was like 8 or like 10 years old at the time. And also that wedding was very traditional in the sense that it was like religiously tied. So like it was like in a church, they had like the candles and like the whole like 9 yards, if that's the right metaphor.
That's right.
And that ceremony, I remember that being like long, like it was like a mass length, like an hour at least.
Okay.
Now when I see my friends get married, like the last wedding I went to, I swear to God, that thing had to have been like under like 10, 15 minutes. Like it was very short.
Is there a point though where it's too short? Like I agree, short ceremony
I don't
definitely
think
the
it
way
would
to go.
ever be too short for me.
I have
as
been-
a guest at your wedding, or even
Yeah.
standing up there.
Maybe like 5 minutes might be too short. Because usually
Yeah.
they take a while. I like long walks, right? Like I feel like that eats at a good amount of time already. So I think 5 minutes might be a little too short.
I think I've
like
definitely-
if I arrived and you were already standing there.
Yeah, I've
it'd be a little
definitely been
odd.
at weddings where it's like, oh, it's over already, and it's just like there is no moment to really enjoy the moment.
the
you
best
know? It just
wedding I
flew
went
by
to
you.
was just a reception.
Yeah,
you
that
came
is the
in,
way
you
to
said
go.
hello to the bride and groom. They gave speeches, and it was just like a party.
I agree. That is, it seems like that's the way to go. What the hell? is
For
this?
being like in your wedding, Cobblepot says best wedding tip as the groom and the bride: don't forget to eat. Because you won't have time to eat during almost.
You pay
at
so
all.
much for that food, and then you don't even eat it.
Yeah, it definitely is. I don't know if everybody knows this, but food costs money at weddings. And it's one of those things of like, I don't know, how hard can it be? You get tacos in a bag or something. It's like, no, we have to get something better. So like this food, we have like a small wedding, and the food is still, I think it's like $2,000. It's like, are you kidding me?
Is it good food?
It's like,
I guess-
oh, it's kebabs. What do you
I
think?
didn't answer the question.
I think it'll be
I mean,
fine.
could be good. I mean, any food could be good or bad.
That's true.
That's a great point. I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah, like I could make like, a cake, and that could be like the most disgusting thing you've ever eaten, or it could be delicious.
Right,
Like that's
right.
the nature of food. Pro in the chat says #1 wedding reception tip: schedule in checking in with your spouse. It's easy to get pulled away by family and friends and not actually see each other very much.
That is a good tip. That is a good tip. Here's a question I have. And again, this is just for everybody's hypothetical wedding, not for any specific thing coming up. So we do the whole ceremony thing. We're a little stumped about this aspect. Because I've been to weddings where they've really botched this. But you do the whole ceremony thing, you walk down the aisle back. Then where do you go? What do you do? Because it's nice to have the moment of like when you come back
Immediately
in.
go to take photos.
Just photos. That's the excuse. Because like
that's-
realistically, we're just like gonna go hang out in a yard and play games and stuff. But that's just use it as an excuse for like.
Usually, what you do is the bride and groom will like go to do photos with the family and the wedding party while everybody else makes their way to the reception, which
yeah.
I've never liked because like the stress of having to get married and take good photos on the same day
That's interesting.
is too much for me.
I think my brother and his fiance, I think they're doing the photos before the ceremony, even though it's like, oh, we're not supposed to see each other. But she's like, I just don't. She's like, I want to drink. Like, I don't want to
Yeah.
do. I want to be able to hang out and start like partying. Like, it's gonna be too stressful to try to do it before, like during cocktail hour.
I'm
so
totally
I think
with
they're
you.
they're paying extra to get like that extra time with the photographer.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, I'm doing it before as well. It seems like the way to go, but it kind of leaves you in this weird lurch. And so it's like, I think realistically, we'll go take some photos even if they're not crucial. We'll just convince ourselves like,
Yeah.
oh, just
Well,
to
it's
make
not
it
Turn the
extra.
fun.
lights
More,
on in
you-
this
you
game,
paid for
please,
it already.
Ben.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Will you turn the lights on in this game? Please?
Oh, you want one of those lights
Yeah,
on weddings
yeah.
I hear so much
I don't-
about?
I don't know. I'd like to get married with the lights on, I think.
Okay.
Also, what are you doing in this game?
He's like cleaning up a space for a wedding, but he walked up to the fuse box and then walked away.
Well, no.
he lit a candle though.
Is
That's
the
not the fuse
content?
box, Ben.
This isn't the fuse box?
That's not the fuse box.
It looks
this a
an
horror
awful
game?
lot like one.
That's my question.
Well,
It's
it
right there
depends
to
on
your
how the
left.
marriage goes. Okay, let's see. So select this.
It looks way different in the photos. You're right. I'm looking it up now because I'm like, I feel like Ben clicked on the. This is like that scene in The Office where like you hear the grumbling from the monitor. It's monster.com. Oh, okay. Like, like something went wrong.
That's right. Sarah,
know.
what do you think? What do you think?
Looks much nicer.
I don't know if it's horror, but it's
also
pretty
terrifying.
cool.
Is someone knocking in that game? What's going on?
That's the mannequin dancing.
yeah,
Is
these are
that
the-
going to be you on the dance floor?
Yeah, he's stealing all my best moves.
Do you have like? Well, I don't know how much like you want to spoilers your own wedding, Ben. But do you
Spoilers.
have like your first dance song and everything picked out?
Yes.
Are you willing to share what it is? Like, I don't know
am-
how much you want to like share the specifics. You know.
I am willing to share what it is. If I could remember it. It's so my fiance is very into Taylor Swift. So it's the Taylor Swift song about string. I forget. It's
All right, someone in the chat tell us what
I'll
that is.
just
I know there's a
believe you.
Swiftie
Yeah.
out there that's
I
in that's in the
definitely-
chat.
right. Itsy Bitsy Spider, I think. Thanks, Awesome, for the big sub. Appreciate it. So I don't know if this is like my wedding,
Studio.
but I think this is where I'm planning weddings. It's not like people are coming in here to get
But you have to
married.
find the. You turned on the inside lights. Now you have to turn on the outside lights.
Sarah, are you like
And
some
then the
sort
game is absolutely begging you to hang some curtains.
How are you such a pro gamer, Sarah? What's your secret?
There's in the top right. There's a thing called a checklist.
I'm not
God, I'm so
familiar.
thinking of planning my wedding. The lights would be off. Like no curtains would be hung.
I'd have a mop and a gun from Ghostbusters.
I'd show up and there'd be like one metal chair unfolded. Like
Okay, let's see. Let's see how this works. Yeah, so that's the dance song. But I feel like the music is number one stressor in my life, is trying to figure out like, okay, yeah, you got your dance floor music. That's great. There's also just like general reception music. So you have to map out like, I don't know. I can't do math. What are we
Are you
talking?
guys doing
Like
any
9
like,
hours of music?
Are you doing any like specialty cocktails, like the Hanson or anything like that?
How
Like,
dare you?
that's fancy.
No. We have beer. If
I think that's a Minnesota
Can't go
specialty
wrong.
cocktail.
Yeah.
I definitely want beer at my wedding. Like my dream wedding would have, which again, like, where's the money coming for this?
Right.
TBD. Like,
Yeah.
we have in mind what we're gonna try to like build for a budget, but then it's like, okay, well, you gotta like budget that out though, so I probably can't get everything. But I would love to have like a brewery that I like come by with like, you know, a person, a keg, like a bunch of their different beers, and like have
Ben, are
that
you
be like a
taking
really big
notes?
focal point of yeah, for this weird haunted wedding you're making. But that's what I would want, because I don't really care about cocktails. I mean, I would have maybe some. Well, actually, I don't really care about what other people want, because it is my wedding. So like, I don't really care about having additional options.
Your partner probably will have some say. I'd imagine.
He doesn't drink like that though. Like I don't think he like cares. Like he does drink, but not very regularly.
Sarah, pro ass gamer.
Yeah.
Where are
What
these
do you wanna do?
pillars?
On the left. There are behind you. Exactly behind you. To your left. To your left. To your right. To your right. No, that's to your left. Go straight. Those white pillars on the wall over there.
Oh my god.
Those things. Those are your pillars.
Thank you. The pillars of a good relationship.
I'm having
Pillars
Chibi
of eternity.
Robo anxiety flashbacks.
You know,
Sarah,
it was
I'm
funny
not gonna
because we were
kid.
just talking like on you know, being bad at games live, and I'm like, Ben, you know, it's okay to be bad. Like, embrace it.
Right.
Now I'm thinking maybe that was bad advice, Ben. Maybe you should just log off.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Please, somebody else pick up this game. Sarah,
I
you want-
Get good at the
appreciate that.
casual.
Ben manages the stream though.
right.
So I just direct from the
That is true.
sidelines.
Yeah. Sarah, you just want to drive over real quick and then just kind of take the mouse from here.
I'll get stuck behind another rubber ducky race.
Yeah, what
in-
is this? I don't think that happened.
Joe Carpet, that's a great name. Joe Carpet, Mr. Carpet, says, how big will the ceremony/reception be, Ben? I'm getting married later this year, and we're keeping it to like 30 people.
That seems like a smart way to go. I think we're like 90. We're around there. So smaller-ish? Would you guys consider that?
Right.
How do you describe that size?
I consider that
Intimate.
like a.
Well, not really intimate.
Just north of
Moderately
intimate?
I consider that like medium.
It's a
Because
medium.
I think of small as like
30.
almost no one's here.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I feel like no
30.
one is here. I feel like I'm half the people here.
Right.
That's small. I think small is like under 50.
Yeah.
maybe?
You're probably right.
And I think intimate is like straight up, if you weren't like born with these people, like that's the only, you know, it's like maybe a parent and like a friend, or like no one. That's like super intimate to me.
Yeah, I get it. Do you have an ideal size in your mind, Janet? Ideal wedding size?
probably just under 100 because I was talking to my boyfriend about this the other day, and I'm like, yeah, like maybe like 100, and he's like, we don't need 100 people, and I'm like, I don't know, like I'm just kind of throwing a number out there, and then he's like, literally, I want you to write down the people you know and would want to bring here. And I was like, and then he's like, first and last name, and I'm like, I feel like that's targeting me and my job because a lot of times we're just like on a first name basis. So I'm like, okay, we got, you know, like
Twitter handles.
I'm like, we got like Casey's husband, you know, I'm like my cousin, my dad, you know, that's like I only got to like 20 people or something. So I'm like, yeah, I mean, some of them have +1s and stuff, so that's kind of how it gets beefed up. But and then as a joke at the end, I started just adding nonsense. I'm like, Jeff Keighley, like, you know, why not? I'm like, maybe he'll send a gift. Maybe he'll send a gift. You don't know.
Send a gift.
Are you doing the thing where you send your invitations to like wealthy people with the hopes that their secretaries will reply with a gift?
That's pretty smart.
No, it's too scary.
Because yeah, what if they actually show
There's a
up?
hack.
Is this running choppy on the stream, everybody? Because it's running
I
perfect.
think it should be fine once you load in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Also,
The cutscene was just too heavy.
Right. Is this about what
This is a
everybody was expecting?
Farm wedding.
Is this okay? Are
Yeah,
you
this is
the
what I
lucky
expected
bride?
because I looked at the photos.
And it was just a lot of pigs and stuff?
You're gonna decorate this farm to be a wedding.
All right. Hang on, is this game actually good?
Maybe.
The eyes are a little too Seven Dwarves-ish, if I may.
Are you doing like when you're up at the altar, you have to do some like unity thing, like the unity sand or the unity candle?
No.
I was one of the most awkward weddings I was at. We were on like next to a golf course outside in the summer, and they were trying to light the unity candle, but it was too windy.
Oh.
So they spent like 10 minutes like struggling to light the candle.
That sounds horrific.
And it kept blowing out. Oh man, don't do that.
Bad
My
sign.
recommendation is to not do that.
Nothing. This is. We're doing like vows.
Are you writing your own?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Is
you
there another
written it
option? I have bullet points. I haven't technically.
And it's like, can I see it? Can I edit it? Can I critique?
Yeah.
No, I'm
well, let me
curious
just
what
give
your
them on there.
process is for like getting there because I have to do like the speech
Yeah.
because I'm my brother's best man. And I don't want it, and like he's not gonna look it over. He doesn't want to look it over. He's like, no, I want to be surprised by it. But I'm like, you're my editor, so what am I supposed to say during this like speech? But I called dibs on going first, so that should be enough.
That's smart. How do you feel about giving a speech? You excited for it?
No, I feel like I'm working. In general, in this wedding, like once the speech is done, I will feel like I can kind of relax because this is also the first wedding I'm a part of. So there's a different vibe than when you just show up. Because when I just show up, like I can just have fun. I always do wedding bingo with my partner when we go to weddings. So we make we don't bet any actual things, but we bet on things that will happen. Like, okay, will they cry? Who will cry? What, you know, is there gonna be like a goofy first dance? Like if we don't know the information,
Right.
How many people do we think will be there? In the pandemic, we're like, will people be wearing masks or not? You know, these toxic bets. Yeah, a bunch of stuff. So we'll just bet
good
on
Lord.
things
Oh my
to entertain
God.
What
ourselves.
the hell? What was?
Close it.
I need to see it again. I'm sorry, Janet.
No, don't open it. Don't.
I need to see his face again. The face of God.
Why is he growling at you?
I don't understand what I'm
You keep
looking
opening
at.
the stall.
Is it?
It's a man going to the potty.
But is like a caveman or something?
I think he's just like dirty from work. He doesn't look like he has a shirt on, which is like.
we need to get this
Kind of
wedding
odd.
together. This is not.
Yeah. Okay.
This is not up to par for my taste.
Yeah, first things first, let's drag this porta potty out of this location because I don't think this man should be here. I'm glad that even through the remote screen that got you, Sarah, because I'm having a
I
heart
was
attack over
terrified.
here. Okay, thank you. I think I'm out of all my resources. So are you gonna help me, buddy?
Hey there, kid. What you been doing up in here? Woo, I heard about you, all right.
Yeah, you already
That was
told me
a
all
lot.
Seriously, kid.
this. Okay, yeah, you already told me all this fun stuff. But yeah, generally, my philosophy with this wedding is I want as few steps as possible because my greatest fear is like messing up in a super embarrassing way. And I feel like a unity candle, yeah, you're gonna get the win situation. Just I don't want to basically anything in the trip arena. You know, I don't want to do that. I don't want to stumble over something. I don't.
Would it really be that bad though?
Oh, I'm gonna be petrified. Absolutely
I'm stressed
mortified.
for you.
I know.
Like, I feel like, again, you're like this is a show. Like, it's like, this is too much.
Janet, you're gonna scare him down the aisle.
Hang on.
You'll be okay.
No, tell me everything I
this
should
all
be
the time.
scared of. Janet, what else we got?
I mean, I think that's kind of it. Like, it's just the fact that you have to be on. Like, I don't like being on. I would much rather be off. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, and just being on for the most important day of your life is still too much.
yeah, I mean, and that's what's nice about, like, I think the short ceremonies where it's like a lot of the ones that I've been to just don't have that many steps to begin with. It's like, okay, you read your thing, you put the rings on, you're done. And I'm like, all right, it's, you know, now you can just enjoy. I mean, there's still things
You
that
put
could
the
go
headphones
wrong, I
on
guess,
the
but-
animals, and
I
that's
don't know
pretty
why
much it.
are they the DJs? What's going on here?
Yeah. It's the same as our wedding, I think. We're gonna have animal DJs. It's actually kind of like a hip new thing. It's big on Insta. I don't know if you saw it.
Even the chicken?
Chickens are animals. Does this count? No, of course not. Also, you keep your eye peeled for more screws and stuff.
Oh, Spinster in the chat says, at my cousin's wedding, one of the guests got piss-ass drunk and fell into the wedding cake before they cut it.
You gotta limit the
I'm sure I stay
alcohol
hydrated.
until everything you have done is done. You know, like you
Like
need
dinner.
to like kind of until like dinner where people get food in their stomachs and then you can kind of
Right.
like do whatever you want.
But is it do whatever you want? Because I do worry a little bit about that. I'm not pointing fingers, but I feel like there's a couple of guests on this list where I'm like, this could get real bad.
Except you. Everyone else except you.
Right. Wait, so I should be blackout drunk? Is that what you're saying?
Not you.
Oh. It is a tricky thing to to delicately manage. To try and
But
figure
shouldn't
out.
someone else? You should assign that to someone else.
Yeah.
Hey, you watch
Like, it's
these.
your job to
these
make
people.
sure that this person doesn't.
Well, that's what your wedding party is for.
Yeah.
To like do the grunt work. That's why I
Yeah.
feel like I'm working. I'm like, I have to be like ready for anything that might come up that is
Right.
needed. Like, I'm an assistant for the day, basically.
You're like an unpaid intern.
Right.
of
yeah,
the
and
day,
like
of the
I
wedding.
hate doing labor unpaid. So this is really a lot for me.
Janet, you are just queen of business over there. This is a wedding. You're too focused
I would have
on the-
Janet in my
I mean,
wedding
I'm out
party.
here doing cold read. Like, I'm gonna have to like lightly memorize this. Like, it's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a lot,
you
but
know how hard it is to write?
Yeah.
Writing's my favorite thing that I hate the most.
well,
Like,
the
it's
worst
awful.
thing is when you're giving your speech, no one can even like throw a sub your way on Twitch or anything. It's just like light
People have
applause at
streamed
the
their
end.
weddings.
Yeah, well, like,
Weddings
family that
have
couldn't make
been
it and
live
stuff.
streamed on Twitch.
Ugh, that's horrifying.
It's not too late
Please
to
tell
cash
me.
out on this.
Please tell me it's too late.
Yeah, toss
Although-
a sub my way. Why not? We monetize everything else. I'm
that's
trying to
true.
turn this into next month's rent.
It's diabolical.
I joke though with my partner that like if we were to get married, because like some of the people that I would invite would be like, you know, kind of funny people, like MinnMax people or whatever. I'm like, basically I'm like, what's to stop this from just being like, P.S. I love you, the wedding, right? Like
Right,
Greg, blessing.
right.
It's like, what's up everybody? This is Janet's wedding.
Yeah.
If you got up the aisle, Janet, and you grabbed that mic and said, "What's up, everybody? This is Janet," and then you reviewed a game, legendary, absolutely
good.
legendary.
It would be good. Yeah, I don't know. What's the most romantic game to review, do you think, if you had to go up
This
there?
game probably.
Yeah, probably this game. And
Ever
it's-
since
I
I
like-
put that helmet on the pig, I knew that this was a game I was going to spend dozens of minutes with.
That's right. Putting a helmet on a pig is how I would describe this relationship. It's a metaphor.
What was it? Oh, someone said new show plus Ben's wedding.
Oh my god, I could think of nothing more horrifying.
Why
than
is there
that.
a reason that you feel like it's like highly tacky? Is it just like the contentification of like
Yes.
a romantic event?
I am
That's
big
fair.
on not doing that. On contentifying my life. I feel like enough of my life already is, so like trying to have some boundaries for that I feel like is important.
Patreon goal: review and stream a game at your own wedding. Review and stream? No, now I'm working.
Right,
I
right.
do not want to work. This is the most you've seen me in days.
Where's this goddamn
Does
animal?
the guy in the porta potty need a helmet?
How dare you call him an animal? That would be the worst. All right, here we go. Excuse me, scary guy.
Get it on him. Get it on him.
The corrals yet?
I
Like
think.
14% repaired, right?
Ben says that he's out of materials.
Yeah, he kept giving me errors, and
Can
the
you
guy's
buy
like,
more
"Gosh darn it!"
materials?
Well, these are the questions that I would like to have answered. There's one animal I gotta find yet, and I wonder if like
The helmets. This is cute. They're like the construction crew.
Oh.
yeah, yeah. I like the idea of you kind of. Oh, please let me pick up a basketball. Bad game. Bad game confirmed. Can't pick it up. But I like the idea of you taking all the heat at your brother's wedding, Janet. Not heat, but just like you want to be the person in between. Like I remember, I'm not very smart socially, and I remember at Ben Reeves's wedding, they had the dance floor, but they showed like pictures before that, like on a slideshow. So there's a big projector screen, and there was a dance floor, and they were playing the music from the same computer. And so on, like projected next to the dance floor, they had the full list of dance floor tracks, which drove me insane. Like, that's the type of thing that is so specific, I know, but I just hated the idea of like, I hate knowing that Thriller's coming up in 3 tracks. I feel like it changes the complete mood.
You gotta like schedule when you're gonna get in line for the
it
open
ruins the
bar
surprise.
and
Like,
when you need to hit the dance floor.
no, because you need at a wedding that moment of like a song comes on, it's like, oh, and everyone's surprised, right? And then everybody runs out to the dance floor.
This is my jam.
Exactly. You need
Ben,
to
what
say
is
that
that
exact
song
quote.
for you?
Thriller.
Yeah, what's your like this? Are you kidding?
Is it really Thriller?
No. Hang on. Let me finish the story real quick. Thank you, Demon
do
Swordsman, for the big sub. Yeah, this is the only dance I can do.
You do
but,
the whole thing?
I danced to every song like Thriller. But the point is, I was so annoyed by it that I went and talked to Ben Reeves's lovely wife. Like, she wasn't in the
At
middle.
her own wedding.
She wasn't in the middle of anything important.
Ben,
But I talked to her and I was like, "Hey, is there any way to turn that projector off? Do you know?" And I remember somebody else, I don't know if they jumped in or they just talked to me afterwards and they're like, "You can't ask a bride to do anything technical at their wedding." I had not.
Pro Boy says Ben no. Starkiller
Yes.
says Ben no. The first one had a comma and a period. The second one had no punctuation.
Right.
Can I get some Ben no's in the chat?
Yeah,
That's
sound off on a
awful.
bed though. It was
Now,
bad.
granted, you're a pretty good person from what I can see. This very curated slice that we get of you
Very
over on
curated,
MinnMax.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's got to be the worst thing I've heard you do.
Oh, really?
Like,
well, that's not that
but
bad.
I don't know
then.
you that well, so now I'm scared for what else is underneath. You know?
I can't believe you went up
Lord.
to the bride on her
Yeah,
wedding
you're
day
such-
and you were like,
It
"Can you
was-
just like,
Could
you're
you-
running this, right? Can
I'm
you?"
actually getting like secondhand mad from that.
Right, like
you
could you
should've
just?
got
Is it function
cursed
F8? You just want to hit that real quick. Thank you.
mean, why don't you just go to
Apologize
the-
to her. Apologize to his wife right now. Text
Why
Ben.
don't you at least go to
apologize
like
his wife.
You're right.
the party people? You know?
I don't know if there were party people necessarily.
Really?
I don't know.
They just didn't have any like grooms people or
It was a while ago.
wedding people.
I don't know. Let me just clean this, man. Anyways, yeah, dance floor music. I like your question. Song that I'm most excited for on the dance floor. I don't know. Turn the Beat Around by Gloria Estefan. This is I need.
Turn the beat
Here's
around. Really?
something kind of fun.
That's
No,
what,
I
like,
mean I do
gets
like
ya
that song.
Out of your chair.
That song does. Is anyone gonna argue against Turn the Beat Around?
I mean, it's a good song. I don't know if I've ever
Unquestionably.
been. I don't think I've ever been hyped from that song.
Oh
I
my
don't think I've ever
God.
gotten up to dance because I heard that song.
That's
I don't think
fine.
I've ever heard that song played at a
Yeah.
wedding, actually. But if I did, I don't think I would have done it. It's not like it's like of that era of music. Like it's not like Oh What a Night or something. Like I feel like Oh What a Night slaps way harder than Turn the Beat Around.
Right. I do really like Bob's suggestion of 24-hour party zone, which is kind of
I
our
did see that.
extra life suggestion, or extra life anthem, if I may. Usher, yeah,
Also, like-
gets everyone. Footloose is definitely solid. Dancing Queen,
I
yep.
hate Usher, yeah. Usher,
Really?
yeah, is so overplayed. Like, even now, it's still, it was so overplayed when it came out that when it comes on now, I just feel like you're
If
trying
it played at
to-
my middle school dance, it's not playing at my wedding.
Right.
I wouldn't
Here's
go
like
that
the
far,
general
but
rule of
I
thumb for
understand.
here's a conundrum. Will there be video game music at the wedding? Oh yeah, there's gonna be some Chrono Cross music. Like just like
What
during
happened with that?
background like party games. Or like, when we're all like outside just drinking and stuff, like, yeah, absolutely. Or like
I thought
during
you were
dinner.
anti-nerd and corporations in your wedding. What
I'm
happened?
anti-contentifying that
Well,
aspect.
First
But
talked to you about this. You were like, "Oh, I wouldn't do any like, funky." It's
You're
just
right,
like it
you're
has to
right.
be more subtle. 'Cause,
I think
yeah,
subtle.
you
I
know.
think that idea of like we're running down the aisle with lightsabers. To each their own. teach their own, but like that type of thing, it's like I don't want to make it too on the nose, right? Like I promise to always be your B button if you be my A button. Like look, teach their own. No, not judging, but I don't think I want any of that. I want to dance with somebody. Great suggestion. Hang on, let me write this down for absolutely no reason. But here's something fun. Is like we went on Spotify and just put up like a wedding dance playlist, and then as my fiance and I were like playing board games the other night, and it was very fun to be like, yes, no, yes.
That's
like
good.
just going through and like judging each one. Here's the conundrum. Because on that wedding dance playlist, they had, what's that bad song? The one that goes, it's like, tonight's gonna be a good night. Tonight's gonna be a great
I heard the name of
night.
it.
Black Eyed Peas or whatever?
Yeah,
I think that's what
I
it
Got a
is.
Feeling by Black Eyed Peas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, in general, Black Eyed Peas is doing too much for that song. They got like 8 holidays in there. Like,
Yep.
pour up my cup, Mazel Tov. I'm
It
not. I
sucks.
don't. That doesn't culturally connect for me. Like
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
It's too much. So here's the deal. I was like, I got to see that. It came to the playlist and I said, hard pass. I am going to be delighted by not playing that at our wedding. Now here's
Did
the
either of you have like a veto moment like that where it's like, hey, I really need this to be there, or like I really need this not to be there? While you
Yeah.
think about that, also Squid in the chat, I will never, just bad lines. I will never uninstall you. Someone
Yeah.
else said you are the DLC to my life. I feel like
That
that's a
sounds
little
like I
insulting,
won't
right?
kill you. I'll never uninstall you. Like I hope not.
That was
I'll
actually
pre-order you day one. These are really gross. You guys are
Yeah.
messed up. Sick minds.
Yeah, I'll never kill you was the opening to my vows, so I guess I'll have to change that now. Speaking of which, I can't say that about the farmer because if he doesn't tell me where this final animal is, he's got to just be like out in the woods,
Do your
right?
job, Ben.
Is he in the barn? Is he in that building right there?
Sarah, I don't know where you get your ideas from. I'll check. Can
Can you not get in there?
But
Probably not.
here's the conundrum, is we also, and I suggest doing this on our wedding RSVPs. We asked the question, what's one song that'll get you on the dance floor? And so got like all these suggestions from people,
Yeah.
right? Which is a
What's
good
the
idea.
worst one you got that you're just like absolutely not?
Well, this is where I'm going. The frickin' mother of the bride, her song was "Tonight's Gonna Be a Good Night."
Well, now you have to play it.
I still don't think we're gonna
You
do it.
you gotta.
Future mother-in-law.
I know.
Your mother-in-law's song.
I just don't think we're gonna do
Also,
it.
did she watch the stream? Because it'd be funny if she was in the chat just
That would
like
be
crying.
funny.
Not my song.
I'm fairly confident she did. She isn't watching, at least this far in. I love her with all my heart, this mother-in-law, but I just don't want to hear that song at my wedding, and I should be allowed that, right?
Are you looking for an answer to that question?
We're gonna get
No,
an answer
Sarah,
actually.
I'm just chilling.
I'm quiet because I'm making a poll right now. Should Ben's wedding have "Tonight's Gonna Be a Good"? Isn't that the official name of the
Okay.
song?
It's
we
actually
get-
called the
we
bad
know.
song.
Let's see. It's called "I Got a Feeling." I got a feeling.
I got a feeling. Okay.
You being yelled at right now by that farmer?
Yeah, he's saying something very important. Now, here's the thing.
Probably like, get back here.
I think we all understand everything this game has going for it. I have other wedding games. Let's try booting that
okay.
up, huh?
Oh yeah.
I don't have any AFI songs. I maybe if I can find one that's
AFI's kind of rough to. I mean, you can't dance to AFI.
yeah,
I feel like.
maybe
You're gonna
you
put on "Hey
can't.
Miss Murder" and just start throwing it back? Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Just start throwing.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
Hope y'all
It's a good
enjoy
song.
Miss Murder, everybody, at my wedding.
I would like to know how you dance to that song.
It's like, let's see. It's kind of
Now I'm scared.
well, it's kind of
I shouldn't
tricky,
ask
but it's
this.
like, well, you do
I feel like you're evolving. It's scary.
you do what they do in the music video, even though it has like Third Reichy tones, where it's like, you know, it's like Davey
no.
Havoc in the video. He's like, ha, da, da, ha, ha. He's like on the. Have you seen the music
You
video
know,
for
you
that?
can jump and like wave your arm, but
Yeah,
that's not
can't
a
you
dance.
just like jump?
Hey, Miss Murder, can I? It's jumping, I guess. Yeah, anything but the weird Hitler stuff from Davey
I'm so
Havoc.
sad you're not streaming this, Ben, but you know,
Yeah.
I'll be there in spirit.
Thank you for that. Okay, so, oh, good lord! This song is going to be our first dance. The stream is probably breaking 8 ways to Sunday right now, so forgive me, everybody, because it's going to be
Okay.
ugly.
My
The
face.
poll's in the chat, and I allowed for additional votes. So if you want to be petty and just throw a lot of bits at it, you could. Or
Oh,
points.
interesting.
No points, which are free. Yeah.
But in terms of
What does the poll say?
Should Ben's wedding have I Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas? Right now honestly, it's 6-11 with no heavily leading, but all I know is Ben in the background. So, rock the vote, y'all.
Okay.
Like, I just got my mail-in ballot today came in. So it's a rock the vote morning for me.
Hell yeah. Rock the vote morning for everybody. Every morning's rock the vote morning.
Yeah.
Let me try and get this game up because I know you can hear it, but once you see it, everybody, you're going to freak out by how cool this looks. Let's see.
I'm fighting for my life in the polls. Oh my god.
Also, too, it's fun because I put that channel point at once.
I'm voting with all of my channel points. No!
You can just tap it a bunch. It's basically like, this is now like cookie clicker is what I imagine this gameplay would be like.
It's going to be really good. It's going to be really good. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's democracy with lime. So it's like, it's okay. You can throw some money at it, which is also kind of just like regular democracy when I think about it. You can just throw some money at it.
I'm desperate
your way.
Hot take.
Smashing the vote button.
You can only get so far, Sarah. Don't push it. Don't push it. I don't want to hear that.
I have 10,000 channel points.
Damn it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There were a couple songs where we're going back and forth.
Go Ben karaoke's I Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed
Hey,
Peas.
during Extra Life. I mean, I'll do anything for charity.
That would be a good one. You should put that in there, yeah.
Yeah. We've done karaoke before for that weird thing. Okay, so where are you guys now? Okay, so you should be here, and then you are going to be here. All right. Oh, we're ready to game, folks. We're ready to game, all right, for Wedding Dash 2, Rings Around the World. Now, are you into an endless reception, or are you more like a career mode type of wedding person?
Endless reception?
My two favorite words.
Sounds like purgatory.
Also, Emma and Goldie, I feel terrible that I had to think for a second if Janet could legally vote by mail. How many child labor laws do you think MinnMax breaks on a regular basis? Do you think I'm 16 years old? I'm just here drinking, working, living life at 16? Like,
That's right.
What's going on?
That's right.
Come on, y'all. Come on. But thank you, also. Aged and gracefully.
We need to...
Okay, table linens.
Oh, this is cool.
I will say,
Table
though,
linens.
quick confession about like me looking young, especially like in the pandemic era of like we wear masks everywhere.
Right.
I was traveling with my partner, like so we're still in the pandemic, but like more so during the pandemic. It was even earlier where like we hadn't taken a flight in forever. And when I like showed up to the airport, with all my little stuff on, like the airport person basically was like asked if I was like a minor or whatever. Like, oh, can she like? I've heard they asked a question that you'd only ask for like a parent traveling with a child.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I was
Do you have a guardian
I'm
traveling with
28
you?
years old. Yeah, it was like something. I don't know, because they knew we were together, like traveling together. But they basically thought I was like, I don't know, a little sister or something.
That's cute.
It was awful. But then it was funny because I'm like, man, that was crazy. But at the same time, I had like on like this very like dorky mask, and I have like my backpack with like a little plushie like attached to it. But I'm like, I'm a grown woman, okay? I just like cute shit.
I'm a grown woman. Hey, ready to roll,
28.
everybody? Remember, weddings are all about mingling with old friends, long-lost relatives, and new acquaintances. Yeah, there's no better place to
Wait,
meet
who are
people.
the new acquaintances
Yeah,
at
exactly.
your wedding?
Oh, I've always wanted to
yes,
meet new people.
The like, with the plus ones.
I guess that's true. I guess if you're not the bride and groom, the most important thing is to seat the guests where they ask. That is important. Look who's here. It's the bride's handsome Uncle Charles. He is asking to sit at the bell table. Well,
Or does he have to sit at the bell table?
can
or
I
like,
put him on the table where the
Is it
bride and
'cause-
groom are?
Do you have a separate table? Are you going for that?
At our wedding?
Yeah.
We're sitting with like our parents and stuff. Because I think the separate table feels too lonely.
It is kind of weird.
It is. It's
you
just
like everyone watches you eat.
Yeah, and it's like I think people I always feel intimidated. Like, can I go up and talk to my friends now? I feel like they're in like a weird silo over there.
Everyone's staring and
I
watching
like
at
the
you guys
separate
eating.
table. It's like you're the king of the wedding.
Ugh,
It's
not
like very
into it.
medieval times for me. Like
Yeah.
I like it. It's like it's a little campy. I like it.
And you want to feel like the queen of your wedding? That's a vibe
Yeah.
you want?
Yeah, like I feel like the wedding in general, you have a very isolated vibe as like the bride and groom or like the the people getting married either way, like because you have like the different garb, no one else can wear the stuff that looks like what you're wearing. You like come in, when you walk in the room, like the DJ is like presenting for the first time ever. Like it's already a big show. Like
Right.
I'm leaning into the showmanship.
Speaking of
my
showmanship, Sarah contributed 634 channel points. And after 2,986 votes, looks like the poll said yes. All right, that song will have to be there, I guess,
did it
everybody.
for Ben's mother-in-law. She wants to dance to the Black Eyed Peas. She could dance to the Black Eyed Peas.
Imagine if she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I was in the restroom during that song.
Yeah, she can listen to her ear pods and listen to the Black Eyed Peas on the dance
I
floor.
can't think of anything more rude of like putting your AirPods on at someone's wedding.
I'll be dancing to my own
Except
music.
for coming
thank
up
you.
to the bride, Ben, and asking her to do
Right,
anything.
Right, that is true. That is true. He was lightly rude. Okay, how come this hot Uncle Charles is the only person at this wedding so far? Let's bring Uncle Charles. I don't know.
His entree. Feed him.
Also, I like that they specified that he was hot. Like,
Right.
It's kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
Like,
It's very important. Good. Now Diane is here, and she wants to be seated next to Hot Charles. Matching multiple seating requests in a row gets a big bonus. By the way, making the seating chart for weddings, it's like the most fun thing ever. Like it's tough, it's a puzzle, but it's really, really fun to think of like what would this conversation be like? What would happen if I move this over here? These people know these people because of this. What if this went over there? It's very fun to try and piece together. I recommend it to everybody. Madison's just arrived. She wants to sit next to Diane. Let's serve Charles some cake so we can clear out his seat for Maddie. Is this how
think
weddings
this
work?
is
So, like, people are eating at different times?
I guess.
There's only one table at this wedding for people to eat at?
Yeah, we're more focused on the gameplay than the specifics of the wedding, I think. Yeah. Okay, so you get out of here now, Charles, and then we're gonna take her. Okay, so wait, no, you can go in the middle now, and now you two are best buds, and now Charles will be on the dance floor. Oh, we got this. Okay, so take the presents, bring them to these people. This feels like a PopCap game. In
also,
fact, I wonder
this
if it
wedding is like happening. Like, look at the environment of this wedding. It's like you're by Niagara
like
Falls,
Niagara
and like the floor
Falls.
see through.
Right.
It's a very Jetsons look to it. I feel like.
Oh, Niagara Falls, how Jetsons of you.
Well, I mean the
I hear
little,
ya,
like,
I hear ya.
spacey. It has spacey architecture.
It is
Don't make
cool.
me explain myself, please.
No, look, it's yeah, we're getting married in the Mass Effect universe. All right, I think oh wait, these freaks need salad now? Come on, this is hard to run a wedding. Whew. Okay, more dance floor suggestions though. I would love it. I would love other suggestions for unexpected songs, because it's like you go through the Spotify playlist and it's all just the most basic stuff where it's like, okay, sure, I guess we can do Don't Stop Believin'. Like there's certain songs where it's like, you know what, you gotta do it, I guess. But I'm looking. Oh yeah, please.
I have like a dumb idea that I don't know if I actually would want to do because it seems kind of messy, but I thought it'd be fun to do like each hour a decade of music.
Excellent.
Like a decade
excellent
of hits
idea.
or something, like
Excellent
80s
idea.
and 90s.
That's
like
a good idea because it
2000s.
gets like the older crowd on the floor first, and it gets the
Ooh,
young
that
people on the
too.
floor by the time they've had too much to drink.
But here's the problem, if I may.
I never thought of that. That's good.
Yeah.
The problem is it's like, all right, dance floor's open, everybody. Here we go. And then it's like, waka waka, waka waka. And you know, it's like your greatest hit from 1937. And it's like everyone's gonna just
I
be
couldn't
booing.
start that early because we probably wouldn't be. I don't know how long we'd have like the reception hall for. So I have
Right.
to start like I probably would start 80s is the earliest I would start.
Okay, all right. That's
Because
acceptable.
cocktail hours where I feel like you can throw in like if you want jazz, like I would either want jazz or like a banda music thing. I think banda music's too intense for a cocktail hour.
Banda music?
It's kind of a lot. Yeah, like the genre, like banda, it's spelled like band A. It's like Mexican music, like the very dun 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 dun. You know, the very like when you think of Mexican music, you're probably thinking of banda music,
Banda
like the very
music.
like big horns, like
Okay.
you know, where every song kind of sounds the same because they like all have kind of the same basic instrumentation. Like how all country music kind of has the same sound. It's like that kind of vibe.
Right. Chug Jug, a lot of people recommending for music. Just the cha-cha slide over and over again.
Cupid Shuffle for 2 hours.
That's pretty
Are
good.
you, Ben, are you a Cupid Shuffle or are you a, God, what's the other one called?
Cha-cha slide?
Is it Cha-Cha Slide?
I think it's Cha-Cha
Yeah.
Slide.
I honestly don't
would-
know the difference. If there's a song on that tells me to do something, I'll just do that thing.
You
so
don't know the difference?
I think we had people suggest both, and I don't know. It was like, yeah, let's do this. What's the one that has like, like
Is that all you are gonna give us?
where it's like,
Is this our hurdle of the day?
it's like
Shrimp
ticka ticka
Tower?
ticka ticka. It's like a little more like xylophony, like I don't know.
Maybe the
man.
electric slide. People are saying electric slide in the chat.
Maybe.
Like, I know some of y'all are from Trivia Tower, so I should see 8 answers simultaneously in the chat right now.
Escape from the City level of Sonic Adventure 2. People are recommending. That's true. That's true. Yeah, we're just gonna play Sonic 3D soundtracks for all these.
Africa by Toto.
Yeah.
Mamba number 9?
Yep,
Not number 5. Interesting.
9 is, the better. Simple and clean. These are great suggestions, everybody. 8 days a week.
8 days a week is cute. I like 8 days a week.
Yeah. We got Twist and Shout, obviously.
Nice.
Yeah, the Chrono Cross will probably be there in some way. It helped that I just was playing that game while trying to think of good music for background at a wedding. I was like, the Chrono Cross soundtrack is pretty legit.
Sound of Silence? The Hello Darkness My Old Friend song?
Hell yeah. Somebody recommended Rainbow Connection, which is really funny because I literally just edited a video to the Rainbow Connection because we're going to be talking about it on the MinnMax Show podcast this week because that's I'm 8-Bit's promoted item this week is the soundtrack to the Muppets movie. So that's very funny that you just mentioned that.
Horsey,
I love
Horsey,
Rainbow
Horsey
Connection.
is in there in the chat.
That's solid.
The less I know, the better by Tame Impala. Tame Impala has got the hits.
I don't know that person or that song.
I don't think it's... I feel like Tame Impala isn't maybe the best like for a wedding. Also,
think so?
I know one thing I'd probably try to do is like not play the same 12 songs that I play all day. Like I'm a like chronic like re-listener to stuff. So there are songs I can play where like my boyfriend knows the song perfectly because I played it 82 million times.
Right.
So I feel like I should probably leave that off the list.
I think that makes sense, yeah. And sometimes I've been to weddings where they get a little too fancy with the music. Like I went to one where it's all just kind of like deep cuts music from the 60s. And I was like,
I think that guy's choking,
though.
Ben. I think that man's choking.
what's that, Sarah? We're trying to talk about weddings. What's happening?
I think that
He's dying at your wedding.
There's a man dying at the wedding.
Are you saying he wants more cake?
I think he's choking.
What? Who is this? We just have a...
Tear
She's
the
a
food
healer.
out of his throat?
Yeah, we have a surgeon at the wedding? What's going on here? Into Club, Humpty Dance, Yoshi's Island athletic theme. A lot of good suggestions.
Charles has been at this wedding for a really long time.
Yeah, he needs to go home.
He's like the hot uncle, right?
Yeah, the hottest uncle there is. Wait, there's
He's busy
another
leading.
You
Charles?
only want to sit by hot Uncle Charles?
He only wants to sit by himself, next
It's
to
the
himself.
best seat in the house.
What are you doing with that food in your hand?
I'm trying to put it down.
Can you put it in the bin next to the rest of the food?
Oh, that's a great point.
There.
Yes.
There you go.
Sarah! Stop being so good at games! Come on!
We just gotta keep this wedding moving. People are dying, like...
The food's getting cold.
Look, there's barely been one near-death experience at this wedding. I think it's going just
and then
fine.
Golden said,
Someone's
"Who let the
choking
dogs
again."
out?"
Good.
Because of kids. Do you have kids at your wedding? Are you a kid okay
We're
wedding?
gonna have kids after the wedding.
Okay.
Um,
Very cute.
We have a couple, not really a big kid wedding. We have like, honestly, I think 3 for a total.
My brother's wedding has no kids allowed.
Oh, I think that's an interesting strategy. I think kids are kind of fun to have at a wedding, don't you think?
Yeah.
You don't think so?
No. I think they just like can scream and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'd feel. Actually, no. I don't know if I'd feel differently if my family had like my main family had kids. I don't think so because I'm like I see that kid all the time. Let's just leave it be.
Leave it be. Yeah, I think babies I understand, but yeah, it depends on the ages. I think the youngest one's like 2.5 or 3 or something. So it's like that seems fine. I think it'll be all right. It'll be exactly as fine as this experience right here of trying to give cake to Hot Charles. What is happening to the bride? She's turning into Bridezilla!
Oh,
It's
like,
happening!
you're fucking up her wedding.
No! What happened?
She's freaking out. Oh my god.
What does she
happened to her?
need? What does she need?
Is she like
Like her
vomiting?
gizzard. Look, her.
She's green.
He
Wait.
turned into
Oh,
oh, you're getting
Grimcom.
fired.
No, I don't think so.
Room Kong's breakdown.
What does that say?
If you thought the wedding was a disaster, you should see my husband's tantrums. I'm filing for a divorce.
The wedding was so bad, Ben. They got a divorce.
They can probably annul it though, honestly, that early off the marriage.
All right, well, I guess, what is a level map? Oh, we haven't beat this yet. Are you kidding me? I feel like I've been playing this for years.
I wonder. I mean, I can't imagine why you didn't beat the level.
Well, okay, they also always punish me for ordering the wrong things, but I don't see where how do I know what they want? Am I just guessing?
You can just pick what you want, but you have to serve what they want.
But I don't know what they want.
It says above their heads what they want.
No, this part here.
No, I think you can just pick whatever you want.
No, you can't. Watch this. Okay, there I got 2 right. But yeah, somehow you're supposed to know.
Is it just random?
I don't know.
What's that? Just enchiladas? I don't think I've seen enchiladas at a wedding.
That's a fun choice.
It's kind of more of a lunchy breakfast dinner, like kind of thing.
If you're
I mean, you can
planning
eat for dinner, but
if you're planning a wedding, by the way, I do recommend having a table with more than 4 chairs. You're gonna want to think ahead a little bit.
Yeah, this is like a weird like rotating, like you have to wait
everyone
to eat at
just
the
takes
table.
turns seating.
Right.
I would just stand and eat. She wanted to sit next to hot Uncle Charles.
I think she's gonna
They
be a
spent
little
all the money on the
handsy.
venue is the thing. So they're like, hey, this wedding, like eat before you get here.
Right.
Like we're not gonna have anything for you.
We can
You're
only
gonna be waiting
afford
for hours.
1 table, but it's a beautiful view of Niagara Falls. That's some diabolical marketing, by the way. To now you're saying I should help this man.
Ben, that man is choking.
Okay. Is to have like Niagara Falls be so connected with weddings. Like there's no reason that should be a thing, but they just like marketed it so well over the years. They're like, this is the place for all weddings and engagement and everything romantic.
Really?
It's like, it's just a waterfall. There's millions of them. Jesus
I never
Christ,
thought of
Charles.
it that way. Is it because of The Office, where they got like spoilers for The Office, where they got married in Niagara Falls?
I don't know. I haven't seen it, but it sounds.
That might have helped.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a big Office boost because of that.
It's because you can do it on the water, you know, like because of like I don't know, some legal sea reasons.
Oh, it's an international wedding because it's kind of on water that connects to Canada. Is that your theory?
I don't know. Well, I just know that. Well, do I know this or did I watch it on TV and I assume it's true? But like they got married on the boat by like the waterfall because like the ship person could marry them legally. Because like when you're on certain kinds of waters, you can get married. Like
It's like captains. I don't
water.
understand why, but like captains can marry people.
yeah.
What?
Like ship captains are also able to marry people.
I'm the captain now. Congratulations on your
Are you-
wedding.
are-
Oh crap.
Also, chat point out that it's funny that the people can't look at the bride and groom, like they're facing
Yeah,
away.
way.
Who would want to, really? Yeah. Okay, this is going all right. Look, people are on the dance floor. People are eating. This wedding's okay.
I like how they just have a guitar and a bass guitar. That's the whole band.
Yeah, but it
They have,
sounds
like,
so
no drums.
good. You don't even notice.
else.
Is everyone just eating like whole turkeys?
Yeah. No wonder
what
they're
we're
all
serving?
choking to death.
No wonder they're choking.
They can't stop inhaling whole turkeys. Oh crap, she wanted this too. Honestly, it's a pretty good game. I'd give it a 7.75 out of 10. It's you don't have to put headphones on animals, so it's better than most wedding games that I've experienced so far. It's unfortunate they could only budget out 3 characters to come to our wedding, but you know.
And only one server too seems a little weird.
Right. Okay. All right. Oh, I like
Last
a bow in the
guess
background.
though, or like you're done now, right? You're almost through.
I think so.
It's a pretty small wedding, and several of the guests are just copies of each other. So
That's right. That makes it feel smaller. Do you guys have horror stories from other weddings? Worst wedding experiences? I'm always interested in those. Speeches? Bad wedding speeches?
no, everyone's been good. I've
good.
gone to like. I also enjoy, and this is like in the privacy of my own mind, and also with my boyfriend, like away from the judging eyes of the people that we're judging.
Right.
I like to also think like, what's the best one we've been to, right? 'Cause
Of
we've been to, we
course.
keep going to, like, and that's the thing I didn't realize. If you're like out there and you're watching and you're like younger, like early 20s or like not even 20 yet, save money for other people's weddings. I've spent so much. I had no,
What?
and I don't have like, I feel like I don't have that many friends that are like that close.
Yeah.
So I assumed, oh, well, you know, I don't really have a squad like that at this point. Somehow I actually do have friends, and they're all getting married. They're all getting married during this era. I've gone
It's
to like,
expensive.
yeah, every year
doesn't
like I'll
need
get
to
hit.
be.
It's like getting hit with a bill. No
Yeah.
offense to y'all who like, you know, support your love and all that. But I'm like, oh great, this is a bill. You sent me a bill for this. The only thing I've done is try to hack it and make it a trip if it's like an out of town thing, because they're all always in different places too. Like, yeah, it's so expensive. I have another one in like Buffalo / New York in the fall. That I have
Most
to go
people
to
call that
as well.
Buffalo, New York.
Well, I meant like, you know, New York City versus like
Oh, I hear ya.
Buffalo. But I think it's in Buffalo. But yeah, like it's expensive.
We got
It's
an
expensive.
impromptu video review request, thanks to the channel points of this kind sir, Crater Gaming. Critter Gaming requests that we do an impromptu video review of the pre-alpha build of Mega Man Legends 3. I love it. Okay, it goes a little something like this. Fans of Mega Man were shocked with the original release of Mega Man Legends on the PlayStation 1. What? Z-targeting? 3D exploration? Dungeons? Quirky characters? Tron Bonne's the greatest character of them all? Gosh, where could they go from here? The answer was Mega Man Legends 2, which gave better controls and a snowy environment to start things out with. Then the Mega Man Legends 3 came around, but not just that. We're talking about the pre-alpha build of Mega Man Legends 3, which is unplayable and unpurchasable and is now canceled. But it stars a character with red hair, which is not what anybody wanted from Mega Man, and then Capcom shot it in the back. I give the pre-alpha build of Mega Man Legends 3 a 5 out of 10. Thank you for your time.
Nice. Also, someone said some drunk guy was throwing plates at people.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of these incidents have to do with like alcohol related,
Almost like
looking at the
alcohol is
worst
bad for you.
experience.
I don't
but
know.
it's like I
The
also
word's
don't want to
going
go to a wedding that doesn't have an open bar.
Right. So how do you navigate that? That's my
I'm
greatest
not going to
question.
show up and be like, here's your one glass of wine that we've like. I'm going to be here for 5 hours. This isn't going to do it. You want me on that dance floor? At least 3.
You need to there needs to be a voting system where like if you get over the point where 30% of the wedding party or just people there think that you're a problem, then you should just be rocketed to space. Like you need to sign a contract beforehand. They're like, you can have as much as you want to drink, but if you get to be a problem, we give you the right to get in the back of this van and we're going to drop you off in the middle of a cornfield.
I feel like most wedding, I can't really remember fully. I feel like the ones I've been to that are like open bar-esque, like are still like capped to a degree. It was like, I don't think I've been to one where it's like, no asterisk, like you can just drink all night. Usually like, it's a combination of like, they also close the bar at a certain time and there's like still an hour or two after that hanging out. So it's like, hey, last call or whatever. So like, I don't even feel like, I don't know. Maybe these people should have never been in your life to begin with. Like I can't imagine like going to someone's wedding and getting like completely blitzed.
Right?
I can't either.
You know?
But people do it.
I don't know.
People do it. I think there's this thing in society and it's called alcoholism. And it leads to a bunch of tricky situations for a lot of people.
I think the thing is too, and this is like my semi-toxic argument of like, I love beer and I like drink pretty regularly. Like during the week, I usually have like a couple drinks. Like I can drink like pretty often, but I like drinking and I like it casually. Like I always felt like the people that didn't really drink, a lot of times they like, when they do drink, they're like, it's the end of the world. Like they're drinking to like survive the apocalypse. And I'm like, this is just another day. Like on a regular Tuesday, I'll have like 2 beers. So maybe today I have 3. Like, you know, it's not that serious.
So you're saying I should keep an eye out for the people that, Leo's online, everybody. Keep an eye out for the people that don't drink a lot? Is that what you're saying?
VR chat.
Maybe, yeah. Because the thing is, I drink all the time. Like, I know how to drink. I know what my limits are.
Right.
I don't feel the need. This isn't a special day where I get to drink.
So your
it's
argument,
just like, there's some beer.
Your argument is you won't have a problem with alcohol because you're constantly drinking alcohol.
Yeah, like I said, it's a toxic argument. But that is my argument. That is my stance.
All right. You know, we'll take it, I guess. I've been encouraged by the groom and bride to drink more, says MN Goldie. Yeah, the kegs. Yeah, that's a tricky situation. It's kind of tricky. Yeah, even though like our mission was to keep our wedding as simple and clean as possible in honor of Kingdom Hearts, things add up. It's kind of a tricky thing to arrange in ways you wouldn't expect. Just like, the tech of the audio, like that alone is something that's like, oh Christ, all right, I need to get a separate speaker and then haul that across over to the venue. And it's gonna be a weird, complicated
thing. But it's
thing.
the fact that like you have to do it. Like I'm sorry, I thought this was my wedding, and you're telling me weddings are getting a little too DIY for me.
Well, I think it's just if you're cheap, Sarah. So if you are made of riches, which I imagine your house is made of gold, I think you'll be fine. It won't be a problem.
That is the pain of like, do I want to buy my way out of some of this?
Yeah.
You know, where it's like, maybe I just get like I think honestly I might just get a wedding planner for my wedding.
Really?
And just be like, yeah.
I hate that idea.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go on a really nice vacation.
Because I don't want to be, it seems like a lot to do. It seems like a lot
Heck
of work.
with a wedding.
I think that's smart. I think just going for like, I'm sorry, you're upset because I didn't give your gift yet? People are choking and starving, ma'am. You need to relax.
Yeah, I feel like the wedding planner is the equivalent of like getting movers, which I've never had movers and I've always wanted movers. Like, can I do it myself? Yes. Does it save me money? Yes. Do I want to? Frankly, not really. No, I don't think I want to.
I think we're just fans of like efficiency, and especially me. And so like that idea of like the wedding plan, like I don't want somebody else asking 1,000 questions. Like, we got like a wedding photographer, and I even wasn't all on board for that at first, but it's like, okay, it turns out you should get that. But then even just like
What
the
was
wedding
your plan otherwise, Ben? Just put up a self-timer on the iPhone?
On your cell phone, yeah.
Because like we have friends that are going that like, we have 2 friends that are like really great photographers, and that's like their main thing. And it's like, just have them take some photos. And it's like, maybe not.
Are you gonna pay them to take some photos, or are you gonna come up to them and be like,
I would
hey,
give them some money. I would give
I
some
can
money.
pay you
Out
with
here
your
exploding
exposure.
Hey,
flavors on his wedding.
I have filmed friends' weddings. I have volunteered that. I didn't ask for any money.
Exploited. I hate for you to find out this way.
Wait, really? Should I be mad at them? I just feel
Not
like
strong.
it's a nice way of like, I don't want to pay for a big gift, so I'll film your wedding, and it's really no sweat off my back, and it's totally fine. Oh, this person wants some pasta or brains or whatever this is. But anyway, so that was my theory. But then just like the wedding photographer was like going through and asking us a bunch of questions, and I hate just.
Questions.
I shouldn't just
Even though we
complain
have
I
about
hate
things.
being
segment of it
asked what
every
I
week.
want.
No, like she was very sweet, but it was just like so much formality and so much stuff where I'm like, I could do it. I could take photos for this wedding. So when you have the approximate skill set of somebody that you're like paying to do stuff, I was just constantly annoyed by like, nope, just no, that's not necessary. What are you talking about? We don't need to know this. Just like, again, these are very innocent questions. Just like, she's like, what's the tone of your wedding? Like, when you look back on it, what
What are
vibe
the
are you looking for?
vibes?
Yes. And I was like, just take pictures of people smiling. Like, we don't need to write an essay on the vibes. It'll be wedding vibes, believe it or not.
You're the oldest 30-year-old person I've ever met. You're like pushing 68
Yeah.
with your attitude.
I mean, you've never
Your
seen.
attitude is 87.
You've never
But
seen my
your
birth
physical form
certificate.
is-
Yeah, you have no evidence that I'm only in my 30s.
Yeah, he's actually lived many a lifetime.
That's
He's
right.
Sorcerer Supreme.
This is actually his like 20th wedding.
That'd be
over it.
horrifying. He just keeps not telling people. Like, he just runs through all these different lives.
Hey, that's beautiful. On that note, thank you for watching our dream wedding, everybody, and thank you for all your stellar suggestions. Sarah, which game would you play if you had to play one of these bad boys?
I want to play the farming one where you clean up a farm for a wedding.
Right.
That looked like House Flipper.
It did. It had those vibes. Unfortunately, it was impossible, as you saw, and there was a hard progress.
Yeah,
gauge.
yeah. There's obviously, you hard locked the game there, so absolutely.
Janet, thank you for dispensing so much wedding wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And thanks everybody for watching. Heads up, Jeff, if you're watching this live, Jeff going to be streaming on Twitch later today in lieu of Sarah, and it's going to be a little bit earlier than everybody would expect. And also heads up that Steam Secret Stash, normally it's the first Tuesday of every month, but it's been a funky month for us. With a funky bunch, and so that's going to be next Tuesday at 7:30 on Twitch, and it's going to be Sarah and Anna streaming, so you can follow us on Twitch and get ready for that. And if we had to leave you with one tip, it's to make sure to clear out the pigeons from your wedding. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll be back next week with more wedding talk. You vote on Patreon. Bye! If you enjoyed this show, you'd probably enjoy it more if you watched it live. Please follow MinnMax Show on Twitch and join the chat, participate in polls, and just feel more alive in general. We stream on Twitch at least every Tuesday and Thursday. We hope to see you there. It goes a long way to supporting independent games media. Again, that's MinnMax Show on Twitch. Give us a follow. We'd love to see you there.